By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly why the Raiders should draft Byron Murphy II, defensive tackle out of Texas. I've gone out of my way to curate his height, his weight, his combine measurables, his player comparisons in the NFL, things that scouts have said about this guy, predictions as to how good he's going to be. We're going to break him down, and then I'm going to give my opinion on what I think we should do in terms of taking this guy. Do we take him where he is? Do we trade up? Do we trade back? Is he going to make it to us? All things to consider. How does he fit into the defensive line? We're going to be starting a new series like this where I'm going to go through prospect by prospect, some offense, some defense, every single player, who the Raiders should draft, and we're going to see what you guys think. Byron Murphy, defensive tackle. Byron Murphy stands at 6 feet, weighs 297 pounds. In 2023, he was second team AP All-American. He was the Big 12 Conference Defensive Lineman of the Year. First team All Big 12 Conference. He started 14 games, 29 tackles, 8.5 tackles for loss with 5 sacks. His bench press, he bench pressed 28 reps. His broad jump was 9 feet 3 inches. His vertical was 33 feet. His 10-yard split was 1.69 seconds, and his 40-yard dash was 4.87 seconds. Here's an overview of his physicality, of his explosiveness. This is written on NFL.com by Lance Zierlein and Chad Rudder. Got a lot of the information that you're hearing here, so shout out to them. Go to NFL.com if you want to read the rest of it. He's a muscular ball of explosiveness with the tools and talents to become a productive 3-down defender in the right scheme, which is very important. Twitchy first step quickness, combined with flexion and power in his lower half, create a recipe for disruption as a gap shooter or pass rusher. He's not just a run stuffer. Murphy is a powerful and well-schooled at taking on double teams, but lacks ideal mass and length for roll long term. He's successful at bypassing protection with sudden hands and quick feet, while his motor and passion create an activity level coaches will love. That's the main thing you want to take away from that right here. We're going to continue to read, but an activity level that coaches will love sounds right up the AP window. Forget the average physical traits and modest production and focus on his competitive spirit and disruptive qualities. Does that not sound like a Max Crosby to you? Murphy is ascending and could be a successful nose tackle or 3 technique and an even front. So right off the bat, the thing to take away from that paragraph is that this guy is a gamer. He wants it. They said ignore some of his physical limitations and focus on the heart and soul of what makes Byron Murphy an absolute dog. We have Christian Wilkins obviously up the middle. We've got people on the end like Max and Malcolm and Tyree. We do have some people that we brought back defensive tackle wise in free agency, but if we could shore up with one more big time DT and someone who's got a get it and go attitude, that could be huge. Let's get into his strengths and weaknesses. Compact frame, carries outstanding lean muscle. These are strengths, by the way. Uses twitchy controlled bursts to light up gaps and disrupt play development. That's what we need, a disruptor, especially when we're playing teams like the Chiefs and the Chargers, right? We need people who can get after the ball and disrupt plays. Elite combination of strength, balance, and flexible power in his lower half. Quick stride hands helps to maneuver around blocks and chase play development. Pass rush driven by relentless energy, exemplary edge-to-edge quickness. Variety of rush approaches are peppered with fluid transitions and counters. Here are his weaknesses. Frame might be close to maxed out, can be swallowed by size if he doesn't keep it moving. Lack of arm strength forces him to work harder to separate and could be worn down by NFL double teams and size. Well, guess what, Byron Murphy II? If you come to the Raiders, you're not getting double teamed. There's not enough people to go around with the guy playing next to you on the right side and the left side, being Wilkins and Max. So you don't have to worry about being double teamed. And right now, what I'm hearing about him is his relentless effort to get after the quarterback. And his player comparison is Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is a very good player. He's a disruptor. He's an elite pass rusher at times. He's somebody that doesn't give up. So it doesn't seem exactly like we're going to get Aaron Donald here, but he could develop into something special if he's in the right scheme. This was an AFC area scout. This was a quote that he gave NFL.com. And I quote, "I know people love talking about T'Vondre Sweat," that's his teammate, Texas, "but Murphy is the guy who will be the better pro. If he was bigger, he would be talked about as much as any defensive tackle in the draft. That's an anonymous quote by an AFC area scout. So, what did we learn from reading about Byron Murphy II? He does not quit on the play. He's relentless. He's a little undersized, but that's okay. We have monsters surrounding him like Max and Christian and Kuntz and Tyree. And if he learns under the tutelage of those guys, our defensive front will not only be the best in the AFC, but probably the best in the league if Wilkins can get things going and if Tyree actually shows up here, which it seems like he's coming into the building every single day. So Byron Murphy II, a little undersized. Production is not all the way there, although he was the defensive lineman of the year in the Big 12. He played for Texas, we know this, and he does not give up a single football play. Sounds like an AP type guy to me. So there are questions to consider. Do the Raiders actually have him on the draft board? I think 100%. Will he be there at pick 13? Is that the pick we have, right? 13? I think so. I think there's going to be a big run on offensive players, right? And some corners and some tackles. And I think he will be there. And it's somebody I'd be very happy to take. He's also come out and said he'd love to play for the Raiders with AP and Max Crosby. So these are all things to consider. The ball is in your court now. Do you want Byron Murphy to be a member of the Las Vegas Raiders? Comment below, let me know. Comment some other prospects you want me to talk about. They might already be coming up in a day or two. Patreon.com/ALLaBorde Raiders. You can get all these videos that I'm making weeks in advance. You can get early access, like I said, ad-free content, exclusive content. The Madden videos, week 1 through 8 are already up. Week 9, 10, 11 are coming. All before the draft, it'll be out. You get your name at the end of the credits. Like these guys, you are an executive producer for the show. But if you can't do that, that's okay. Drop likes, drop comments. Please be sure to subscribe. It is free after all, no charge to you. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.